Well, hey there! We're finally getting around to commentating on the next round of Disney versus Marvel. And this has a lot of stuff going on in it. So, let's get started. I believe this is the second to last round, if I'm not mistaken.
Alright, the final stages of my plan are coming.
I love this Mosenrath monologue that GA recorded
to spread
here.
my influence across the entire world.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Exactly how are we going to go about this? We're going to, as they say, divide and conquer. Huntsman, you're going to take half of the society to New Salem. There, you're going to use the crystal skulls to cast a spell. A powerful spell that will allow me to control the minds of every living being on this planet.
You see, mostly everyone is listening intently.
Meanwhile, the rest of us will stay here in the Citadel, and once the
But Kronk, look at Kronk during this.
I'll be able to become a god.
I would love it if Mosenrath were a god. Here he is, my god.
Ultimate in-game here. What exactly becomes of us?
GA's talking to himself.
Think I'm going to kick him to the curb after I'm done? Oh, he's so cute.
I love that.
No, in actuality, I have
And Ghoul's like, don't mock me.
all of you to govern by my side. You see, I might be phenomenally cosmic power.
Watch Kronk during
However,
this.
I'm going to need help to manage this entire planet. I'm going to divide up all the territories evenly and make all of you kings. Of course, I'll be king among kings, but that's a minor.
And he's just like, yeah.
After all, we all work together to get to this moment. Don't you just?
Oh gosh, he's going sappy on me.
Oh, I'm certainly feeling the love. I've been eagerly awaiting this moment for so long now.
That was me, of course. Meanwhile, Monkey Fist calls up a villain from season 4 of Kim Possible, who admittedly is really cool. Okay, you know, as much as I rag on season 4, have I done much of that in this commentary? I do have to admit that Yono does cut an intimidating figure. I mean, like, look at this. He's a tiny little monkey, and yet somehow he manages to completely intimidate everybody. Like, you don't want to laugh at him. Those of us who are hardcore Kim Possible fans know exactly where that pact is going. So the Huntsman tries to set up stage 1 of the ultimate Mosenrath dictatorship slash theocracy, which again is a situation I would love to be a part of. However, it is the old school Masters of Evil who decide to combat them here. It's actually funny, GA was talking about in the shoutbox, it's like, why do the Masters of Evil suck? And you know, my big Marvel show that I watched and loved recently is The Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And in that one, the Masters of Evil is a completely different team who's all awesome. And, yeah, the Huntsman's angry, the helmet came off, and now the shirt's gotta come off too. Anyway, I was like, the Masters of Evil don't suck, and Ermenplatz does seem to enjoy the Huntsman's shirt coming off. I'm like, the Masters of Evil, they don't suck. He's like, no, I mean the old school ones. And, you know, then we discussed this completely different rosters. And that we do not have Amora or Baron Zemo in this group. And you'll notice the Masters of Evil failed horribly because they suck. But now Ymir and the Frost Giants have turned up with the Casket of Ancient Winters, since Malekith isn't using it anymore. And are using it to completely decimate the Almighty troops that Mosenrath spent so much time going down to get. The Mook Tower runs away, as does most everyone else. Zera's deciding to stick this out, though. She wants her revenge. For Kobu's death. And she got it. The Huntsman is now dead. Spoiler alert, the Huntsman's not been having a good time in various tournaments lately.
Soon the Philosopher's Stone will be ready.
So now we've got the core Sorcerer Society in the ultimate Jacey fan service battle. Loki's faction with Baron freaking Zemo. Now let's be honest, Zemo could probably handle this by himself. I have sort of a meme about Zemo being so boss that he can take on, like, gods by himself and win. Strange. It works. I actually love, you know, the little thing that Mosenrath looks horrified. There's this kind of tsundere thing going on here that Mosenrath's, like, actually friends with his teammates, sort of, except that he doesn't want to admit to the, you know, being emotional. So it's like, yeah, they're my teammates. I really don't want them to die, though! But they're just teammates, that's all. And, yeah. Now we learn why we don't make the Philosopher's Stone. Because Khartoum will take it and do this. The one upside for the Sorcerer Society is that Loki happened to be in the same room. And look at this. Baron Zemo is in a corner. He's going to pull an Anorn Stone. And it's goodbye, I am a ghoul. Oh, I do hate to split up a couple. Let's kill him too. Oh, she doesn't actually die. She's sort of widowed right now. But that is how boss Baron Zemo is. You know how at the end of Avengers vs. Mightiest Heroes, he's basically the only one left in 42, while, and then they basically sent Galactus to the negative zone? I have a feeling that he is battling Galactus and holding his own to this very day. And so the Sorcerer Society took a major hit. Will they recover? Only time will tell. In the meantime, the Omnitrade has been released in New York City. Or is this New York? In a large metropolis in the CGI dimension. Sergei is still really hot. That hasn't changed.
You and I have a score to settle.
He's like, what are you gonna do? Put a centipede in my ear? Sorry, that is a Wrath of Khan reference. I haven't even seen Wrath of Khan, so...
It's time to stop that freak.
Shocker! Yeah, I also just finished watching Spectacular Spider-Man. I watched that show way too late. I got to miss out on all the fangirling and squeeing for the Sinister Six. Because now I actually know and love the Spider-Man rogues. Shocker is boss. Mysterio is my favorite, though. Probably because he and I are so alike. Shocker dispatches Mother Gothel. And it's down to Syndrome versus Kingpin. Instead of falling to his doom, Kingpin falls into a cleverly laid portal by David Xanatos. What are you planning, Xanatos? He's always got a plan.